I, Robot, Isaac Asimov. Susan Kelvin said it in post-con. Brain, what happened to the ship? Brain said happily, the ship I built, Miss Susan. That's right. What has happened to it? Why, nothing at all. The two men that were supposed to test it were inside, and we were all set. So I sent it up. Oh well, that's nice. The psychologist felt some difficulty in breathing. Do you think they'll be all right? Right as anything, Miss Susan. I've taken care of it all. It's beautiful. Yes, Brian. Yes, Brain. It's beautiful, but you think the beautiful ship? It's a beautiful ship. Yes, Brain. It's beautiful, but you think they have enough food, don't you? They'll be comfortable. Plenty of food. This business might be a shock to them, Brain. Unexpected, you know. The brain tossed it up. They'll be alright. It ought to be interesting for them. Interesting? How? Just interesting, said the brain. Slyly, Susan whispered, raining in a fuming whisper. Ask him. If death come to it, ask him. What the danger? Susan Calvin's expression contoured with fury. Keep quiet. In a second voice, she said to the brain, you can communicate with the ship, can't you, brain? Oh, they can hear you if you call by radio. I'll take care of that. Thanks, that's all for now. Once outside, raining lashed out rigidly. Great galaxy, Susan. If this gets out, it'll ruin all of us. You've got to get those men back. Why didn't you ask it if there was a danger of death? Straight out. Because, said Calvin, with a weary frustration, that's just what I can't mention. If it's got a case of a dilemma, it's about death. Anything that would bring it up badly might knock it completely out. Will it be better off then? Now look, you said we could communicate with them. Let's do so. Get their location and bring them back. They probably can't use the control themselves. The brain is probably handling them remotely. Come. It was quite a while before Powell shook himself together. Mike, he said, out of the cold air, did you feel an acceleration? Donovan's eyes were blank. Oh, no. And then the redhead's fist clenched, and he was out of his seat with sudden frenzied energy and up against the cold, white curving glass. There was nothing to see but stars. He turned. Greg, they must have started the machine while you were inside. Greg, it's a put-up job. They fixed it up with the robot to jerry us into being the tryout boy, in case you are thinking of backing out. Powell said, what are you talking about? What the good of sending us out if we don't know how to run the machine? How are you supposed to bring it back? No, this ship left by itself, without any apparent acceleration. He rose and walked the floor slowly. The metal walls thinned back the clangor of his steps. He said tonelessly, Mike, this is almost a confusing situation you've ever been up against. That, said Donovan bitterly, is news to me. I was just beginning to have a very swell time when you told me. Powell ignored that. No acceleration, which means the ship worked on a principle different from any known. Different from any we know anyway. Different from any known. There was no engines within reach of manual control. Maybe they are built into the world. Maybe that's why they are thick as they are. What are you mumbling about? Demanded Donovan. Why not listen? is saying that whatever power the thief is enclosed, and evidently not meant to be handled. The thief is running by remote control. The brain's control? Why not? Then you think you'll stay out here till the brain brings us back? It could be. If so, let's wait quietly. The brain is a robot. I got to follow the first law. It can't hurt a human being. Donovan sat down slowly. You figure that? Carefully, he plaited his hair. Listen. This junk about space warp knocked out consolidated robot, and the long-haired said it was because interstellar travel killed humans. Which robot are you going to trust? Ours had the same data, I understand. Pavel was ranking madly at his mustache. Don't pretend you don't know. You are robotics, Mike. People it's physically possible in any way for a robot to even make a start to breaking the first law. So many things have to break down that it would be a ruined mess of scrap 10 times over. There's some simple explanation to this. Oh, sure. Just have the butler call me in the morning. It's all just too simple for me to bother about before my beauty nap. Well, Jupiter, Mike, what are you complaining about so far? The brain is taking care of us. This place is warm. It's got lights. It's got air. There was even enough of an exhalation jar to muss your hair. If it were smooth enough to be mussable in the first place. Yeah, Greg, you must have taken a lesson. No one could put Pollyanna dead for out of the running it out. What do we eat? What do we drink? Where are we? How do we get back? And in case of accident, do I exist, and in what spacesuit do we run? Not work? I haven't even seen a bathroom in the place. What is a little convenience that go along with bathrooms? Sure, you are being taken care of, but good. The voice that interrupted Donovan's tirade was not Pavel. It was nobody. It was there, hanging in open air, stentorian, and petrifying in its effect. Gregory Pavel, Michelle Donovan. Please report your present position. If you save answers control, please return to base. Gregory Pavel, Michelle Donovan. The message was repetitious, mechanical, broken by regular, untiring intervals. Donovan said, "Where is it coming from?" "I don't know." Pavel's voice was an intense whisper. "Where did the light come from? Where does anything come from?" Well, how are you going to answer? They had to speak in the interval between the loudly echoing, repeating message. The walls were so bare and unbroken as smooth. Curving metal can be, Paul said. Shout an answer. They did. They shouted in turn and together. Poetry unknown. Ship out of control. Condition desperated. Their voice rose and cracked. The short business sentence became interlarded and adulterated with screaming and impassive profanity. But the cold calling voice repeated unwearingly. "They don't hear us," gasped Donovan. "There's no sending mechanism, just a receiver." His eyes followed blindly in a random spot on the wall. Slowly the din of outside voice softened and receded. They called again, and it was a whisper. And they called again. Hoarsely, there was silence. Something like 15 minutes later, Pavel said lifelessly, "Let's go through the ship again. There must be something to it somewhere else." It did not sound hopeful. It was almost admission of defeat. They divided in the corridor to the right and left. They could follow one another by the hard footsteps resounding, and they met occasionally in the corridor, where they would glare at each other and pass on. Pavel's search ended suddenly, and as it did, he heard Donovan's glad voice rise boomingly. "Hey, Greg," he howled. "This ship had got plumping. How did we miss it?" It was some 5 minutes later. He found Pavel, but hit and miss. Hit and miss. He was saying, "Still no shower bath, though, but it got chalked up the middle. Phew," he gasped. The wall had dropped away, leaving a covered gasp with 2 salves. The upper salve was loaded with unraveled can of the bewildering variety of sizes and shapes. The enameled cans on the lower shelf were uniform. Donovan felt a cold draft about his ankle. The lower half was refrigerated. How? It wasn't there before," said Pavel curtly. "That wall section dropped out of sight as I came in the wall." He was eating. The can was the preheating type, an enclosed spoon, and the warm odor of baked beans filled the room. "Grab a can, Mike." Donovan hesitated. "What's the menu?" "How do I know? Are you finicky?" "No, but all I eat on ships are beans. Sometimes rice would be first choice." His hand hovered and selected a shining elliptical can whose flatness seemed reminiscent of salmon or similar delicacy. It opened at the proper pressure. "Beans," howled Donovan. He reached for another. Pavel howled at the slack of his pants. "Better eat that, sonny boy. Supplies are limited, and we may here a long time." Donovan drew back sulkily. "Is that all you have? Beans?" "Could be. What's on the lower shelf?" "Milk." "Just milk?" Donovan cried in outrage. "Look, see." The meal of bean and milk was carried through in silence, and as they left, the strip hidden wall rose up and formed an unbroken surface once more. Pavel sighed. "Everything's automatic. Everything just so. Never felt so helpless in my life. There's your plumbing, right there." And then wasn't among those present when he first looked either. 15 minutes later, they were back in the glassine room, staring at each other from opposing seats. Pavel looked gloomily at the one gauge in the room. It still said parsecs. The figure still ended in 1 billion, and the indicating needle was still pressed hard against the zero mark.